In anticipation of this set visit, we actually asked a lot of our fans on Buddy TV to submit some of their questions for you, and we chose sort of two that are our best. And the first one, Melanie from Buffalo, is just wondering how much input do you have on sort of your character and the lines and even down to the wardrobe of your character?
Input on the character, well, I would say that my input on the character is kind of done accidentally. The maybe little phrases or ad-libs that I add here and there during the show. If I utilize a certain prop or if I, utilize a certain piece of clothing or something, the writers are in tune with that and they'll watch that and they'll see that and they're like, you know what, I like that. Let's keep using that. Let's keep writing that in. So a lot of that is just, spontaneous stuff that I come up with or the scene presents itself with or just the character would make sense for the character to do, and then the writers are like, hey, perfect. As far as like premeditated things on my character and like, no, I don't think he would do this, or these guys have been writing him since day one, so they know him just as well as I do, and we've been on the same page ever since, and there's never been any kind of headbutting as far as what the character should be doing or where it should be going or why it should be doing what he's doing.
And then another question from someone who just have their screen name, and it's Jackals Obsessed, so you know they're a hardcore fan.
It's actually my mother.
Or
Jared.
This user wants to know that last summer you actually did some stage work in A Few Good Men, and if you have any intention or plans to return to the stage.
No plans yet, and I'm not sure I have intention to either. It was something that just kind of came about, and the opportunity presented itself, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not doing anything, and there's nothing better. Like, I just enjoy challenging myself and trying to stretch myself, as far as this craft goes, as much as I can, because that's I think the best way to get better. So I saw it as a challenge, and I decided that why not? And I gave it a shot, and it was almost like overcoming a fear for me. And I did it, and it was kind of like one of those closing night. I was like, all right, I did that. I can mark that off the list. But whether or not something else comes up and really piques my interest, who knows? Maybe.
And then just regarding like the fans and the internet, like do you ever like sort of like read what the fans are saying on the internet, or is it just like the conventions? And what has sort of been your interaction with all of the devoted fans?
I honestly try not to. I mean, I have. I'd be lying if I said I didn't, surf them every now and again. But I actually try to make an attempt not to, because I don't want to be too influenced on how I play the character. And I know that if you read too much stuff and fans say, "Oh, I hate it when he does this," or "I hate it when," it's going to make me conscious of that. I'd rather not know that I'm doing something that they really like, because then all of a sudden I'm doing it consciously as opposed to just doing it naturally. So for that reason, I try to stay away from the critics and from the fan feedback and stuff like that. But I hear enough of it through my girlfriend or my mom anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay. And we have time for one last question. He's got to go.
Okay. And then I guess my final question would just be, what is the most embarrassing story you can tell us about Jared?
That he has to wake up every day and look in the mirror, I guess, would be the most embarrassing thing. I don't know. What was the most embarrassing? Well, there was a good one that was on. It was actually on the on the season 2 gag reel. Jared was he was trying to pump up for a scene he had, and he was putting on some weight, and we were in a graveyard scene, and we were supposed to be digging a grave, and he takes a shovel and makes a big downward swing with the shovel in the back of his pants, and the camera's actually on our backs. Back of his pants just ripped wide open. And if you see that outtake, you'll notice that I'm laughing hysterically, probably more than I should be after something. But it was funny because he was talking about, man, I'm like putting all this weight, I'm like retaining all this water, and I'm like, such a girl, dude. And then he does that, and his pants rip, and I couldn't hold it in. It was hilarious. What an idiot.